This coming from an Ohio State football fan, I got no love for Fernando Mendoza, quarterback for the Indiana Hoosiers, mainly because he beat my Ohio State Buckeyes in the Big Ten Conference Championship 13-10. But I can't deny his playing ability and his accomplishments, winning the Indiana Hoosiers their first Big Ten Conference Championship in over decades, being the first Hispanic American ever to win the Heisman Trophy for Outstanding Football Player in 2025. Getting the Indiana Hoosiers, which used to be considered only a basketball school, the number one team in the nation, and more importantly, the number one team in the college football playoff, playing for a national championship, which they will start to do in the quarterfinals at the Rose Bowl against Alabama. We'll see what happens. He is a star on the rise. I don't think the sky's the limit for this man. But there is something that has made him very controversial, well, at the very least to some people. One sentence that was said on a viral post on social media that, taken the wrong way and taken out of complete context, this sentence is, and I quote, "If you want to be remembered kindly, then speak kindly while you're still here." This is in reference to Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, a man who had made money and a political platform and the political movement of racism, bigotry, and hatred for years. A man that people, at least people on the right wing, see could have been president after Donald Trump. A man who tragically lost his life during one of his rallies in front of a college university crowd in Utah, in another instance of political violence. Fernando Mendoza's quote, him saying, "Speak kindly while you're here," I don't see any problem with that. No one should. I think it was probably the best thing anyone could ever say about Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk didn't speak nicely, and we have evidence to prove that. I won't rehash all the incidents about how he said that he wonders if an African American was at the controls of a plane, that he hopes he's qualified because of his skin color, or how he's called prominent African American women empty-headed and only there because of affirmative action. But despite all the controversy and everyone talking about Mendoza and calls for him to clarify or retreat or delete his post, he doubled down, quoting, "I meant what I said. We need kindness now more than ever." I still don't see any problem with what he said. I really don't see anything wrong with what he said. He just said the truth. And if it really, and what really gets me is that people have been fired from their jobs, ostracized from their families, all because they weren't sufficiently grieving for Charlie Kirk. Because we won't sugarcoat the truth of what Charlie Kirk was, of what Charlie Kirk represented, of what he meant to the right wing, to the MAGA. I didn't celebrate, and I will never celebrate, political violence in this country, regardless of the victim, regardless how much I may like them or dislike them. And trust me, Charlie Kirk is a very easy person to dislike. But I am not going to sugarcoat what the man was. He was hateful, he was racist, he was bigoted, and he wrapped all that racism and bigotry and hatred and tried to make it into patriotism. And worst, much worse than that, he tried to wrap it around Christianity. It was Christian for him to hate African Americans. It was Christian faith, the true showing of Christian faith, to hate people of color. That's what Charlie Kirk represented. And for Fernando Mendoza, for people to question him about it, when all he said was the smallest tangential thing, it shows to me how weak and insecure a lot of these people really are. And more to the point, it shows how idiotic and foolish that they choose Charlie Kirk as the hill to die on. Now, Mendoza, I salute you for telling the truth. But I'm going to tell you this right now. You're in the college football playoffs. You might, and I emphasize the word might, get past Alabama. But if you play Ohio State again, and the way the bracket is shaped up and is configured, you may have to play them in the national championship game. Lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place. OSU, the Buckeyes, we're going to give you everything we got and come back for more. You took the Big Ten Conference Championship away from my Buckeyes. You pissed us off. You should look at what happened last year when that team up north pissed us off.